My name is Christian Basel. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS. Took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend. Hello, fellow WHOvians. Welcome. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS in our latest episode that you can see here. I hope you brought your appetites. This episode is called Shut Up and Eat, a conversation with our special guest, author Angela Pritchett. And this actually, for those of you who brought your appetite, is going to be followed by a cooking demonstration with the TLTT team. Actually, it's going to be Dave's kitchen. I hope we don't burn it down today, but we've got the special guest for you, and we're going to be introducing her in just a few moments. But let's go ahead and bring in on the team. Let me go do that. And boom. Welcome. And for those of you just joining us for the very first time, welcome to the Legend Traveling TARDIS. Let me introduce our panelists all the way down to the far, far right of your screen, left on my side, is Mr. Dave Chapman of the Rat Hole. How you doing, Dave? I'm
doing great. Little bit of touch of bronchitis. So if I cough, I'm not dying. My lungs hate me right now.
Oh, God.
But no, I'm going to be great cooking, and I'm going to be doing a lot of during the show as we're talking. So
no coughing on the food, shall we?
I'm not eating it.
I'm not eating it.
That's because I'm not eating it because he's so far away.
Exactly. Savor the flavor there for you. Speaking of shaving the flavor, the lovely Miss Jessica Womack from a Song Swung cosplay over on the Instagram. How you doing, Jessica? It's been a while.
I know. It's going good.
Awesome.
Food.
Awesome. Exactly there. And we have the lovely Melanie Dean. If you want to check out her artwork, because all the doctors do, and some cases argue about it, at Pieces of Melee on the Instagram. How you doing there, Melanie?
Doing quite well. Getting ready for yet another convention in 2 weeks in
Which
Dallas.
one?
So FanExpo Dallas. So I'll be going there. So yeah, I'll be flying out to Dallas and seeing anybody out there for all of our listeners and whatnot. Here's Luna. There's her tail. Yeah, so getting ready for Dallas.
Nobody actually.
Get right, Luna.
Nobody actually knows this, but Luna's actually the star of our show. She's the real star of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. At least her tail end is a big part of it out there. What are you going to be doing in FanExpo? You going to be hosting your own booth? You got panel? What's going on over in FanExpo Dallas?
I'm going to be in Artist Alley. Don't know my booth number just yet.
Okay.
Then in that following month after that, I'll be in Denver. So yeah, just traveling with the artwork, traveling with the doctors here and other stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check up with the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, because once Melanie gets her booth number, we're going to be posting it on there. So for our friends who are watching in Dallas at the FanExpo over there, please check out her booth. Some of the artwork that you see behind her, is that coming with you, or you got some other stuff?
Littler stuff will be with me, not so much the gigantic originals.
Okay.
Those are going to be more southeast because it's easier. I feel safer taking these guys with me that I instead of putting
Drunken
in a carry.
Frozen look from Melanie. Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want to put this in a big bag and pray that the airlines don't lose it. So yeah, smaller stuff and all imprints and all that kind of fun stuff will be with me.
Gotcha. Well, without further ado, I want to introduce our special guest today. This is Miss Angela Pritchett. How are you doing? Tell everybody about yourself, Miss Angela, and something about what you're going to be, well, actually what Dave's going to be doing on your behalf today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angela Pritchett. I'm the author of Shut Up and Eat 1 and Shut Up and Eat 2, the unofficial Doctor Who cookbook. I'm trying to think. I'm a lifelong Doctor Who fan. What else? I'm so boring.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Okay.
In real life, I'm an actress, and I used to work like convention booths, so I would travel around all over the country and build booths and work them all weekend, from San Diego Comic-Con to New York Comic-Con. And yeah, I was a school teacher.
Gotcha. Well, you're not boring, because I'm going to ask you two questions and bring out, just a little bit about you. Who was your first doctor? And if it's not the same person, who is your doctor?
Okay, so my first doctor was probably the third doctor. I want to say that's what was running on PBS in Charlottesville, Virginia, when I started watching it. And it may have also been because I read the Target books before I saw the show, because my dad brought me a bunch back when he went on a trip. So I believe it was the third doctor. I don't think it was the fourth, like most people who started with PBS. And then my favorite, though, I love the eighth. He was robbed.
Oh yeah, he totally robbed.
He was robbed.
Good nice. BBC, please make a series on the Eighth Doctor. If you're gonna, if you decide to take a break after 13, you definitely need to bring Paul McGann into the fray and get him a series going, just for a little bit.
So just give us a 6-episode series. I don't even care. Just
give us 6 years of episodes. That's fine by me. I'm just however long you want to take there. And now, everybody, we want to introduce you to Angela Pritchett's cookbook, and I've got a copy right here. Let me show you this. Shut Up and Eat. And what I love about this particular cookbook is that you have like recipes. If you're somebody who's in a hurry about this particular book, like if you've got stuff around the house, here's the thing. I know people like Martha Stewart, but hey there, guys. And by the way, don't forget to put your chats in there. Hey, Tom, how you doing there?
Don't read back. Keep talking.
I know. I'm working. I just want to say these. I just want to say hi to these people. They came up.
I know.
The cookbook is really good because if I'm saying again, Martha Stewart always has that one ingredient that you need from like a Whole Food store. It's like, oh, you can get the celery, you can get this, you can get that, and then she's got this one thing. If you can't get it from the Whole Food store, your dish is kind of just sunk out there. But Shut Up and Eat is really cool because these are ingredients that you'll find in your house. So if you want to make something of a WHOvian style and you don't have that many you don't have that many items in your house, you might be able to look up Shut Up and Eat and find these recipes and make something WHOvian for yourself out here. Now, Angela, what gave you the idea to write this book? Tell us a little bit about the book and what gave you the idea to say, I'm going to write this little foodie, for a better term. Is it a foodie book? Is that a good description?
No, it's a cookbook. It was 8 months straight of just nonstop work on it. So I had started off, and I still have this one not finished. I started off writing a horror cookbook, and then, it's not like I've got like half of it done, and this is literally I published one of these in 2016. So like. Been a while since I've worked on it because they take so much effort and so much time, because every single one of these recipes you see in here have probably been made like 10 times by me to make sure that it's the way it'll work and that it tastes good and stuff like that.
Temperature's right.
Or me having people try certain things because there are a couple coffee drinks in there and I don't like coffee.
Oh.
So me sitting there making them and trying them and going, does this taste good? And giving it to people that actually like coffee and them being like, no, this is really good. I was like, okay, great.
Do you have any allergies or anything where that was maybe even a border or an issue, a hurdle?
There are no mushrooms or avocado in either of these because I'm allergic to both of those. So you could add them if you want it, but none of the recipes in here have mushrooms or avocado because of that. But to add to what Christian was saying, where you were saying that they're easy, I made it so like each one is an episode. This is series 8,
yes.
So that's why I saw someone who made the comment about liking the Clara and Capaldi doctor on there. Sorry, trying to talk and think and
Oh, welcome to our show. Don't worry about it. Do not.
I'll give you an example. Let me go ahead and bring this up. I'll give you an example of some of the illustration. This one is my favorite, Time Heist.
And the illustrations were done by Ginger Hosley, who is a fantastic artist.
Gotcha.
Amazing.
My favorite is actually the one of the Doctor and Clara being served drinks by page 13.
Page 13? Okay.
It's my favorite one. They're at a cafe being served drinks by Daleks. It's fantastic.
Okay. Let's find out there.
That is my absolute favorite.
Hey. Put that back. Into the Dalek.
Yeah, that's my favorite image that she did for that book.
I like the lighting in it. I like the fact that the background is that is the bright white, but it plays into you can see where that the lighting is hitting Clara, where it's hitting him. It's backlit, so it's really cool. It's a great composition.
Yeah, and so each set of recipes is an episode in the season, and it's an appetizer, a meal, a dessert, and a drink. So you have a full course for every episode. But I also made them where like some of them are really easy. So you have a family, you can make them with your kids, and it would be easy to do. Some of them are a little bit more difficult for people that actually like sit there and cook a whole bunch. And then I also have a guide in the back for vegetarian and gluten-free and stuff like that for people that have dietary restrictions.
Oh, awesome.
Now, if you notice in the picture in the far left, for those of you who are watching on the YouTube channel live, you'll notice that Dave is cooking up something special, and he will actually be doing a demonstration of one of Angela's recipes throughout the entire show, and we'll get to see what he is putting together. Gave some of the recipes that Dave made. Dave is using.
Oh, stop! You know darn well what I'm doing here.
And what recipe did you select, Dave, of Angela's that you're going to be making?
To the Galaxy and Beyond, chicken corn chowder.
That sounds tasty. Actually, I want you to come over here and make some of it. Where can you buy the books from? Okay, we will actually be putting up that information later on in the show out there. But Angela, just real fast, where could people get these books? I believe
you can get them on Amazon.
There you go.
They're I can't remember the exact price for Amazon.
Oh, and you know what? I do apologize. For those of you who are watching on the YouTube channel, there actually is in the YouTube description Angela's books out there. They are both on Amazon, but the links are in the YouTube description. I think for anybody who's watching it on the other platforms, I think it's out there as well. But make sure you check out the descriptions. I'm going to try to see if I can paste and copy those into the chat link so you can grab them as we put them out there. You got already on it? Thank you so much out there. Awesome.
They're $16.95 on Amazon, or if you see me at a convention, I always have them with me at cons too.
There you go. Now, Angela, you said you were writing what decided to go from horror to Doctor Who, and are you still planning to make a horror book?
I am still planning to make a horror book. Sadly, these cost for me to pay an artist and stuff like that, it costs a bunch. So when I did the Doctor Who one, I was working in cooperation with the artist. So we had worked out a deal where she got so many books and stuff like that for doing the artwork for me. So it worked out a little bit easier on me. For that, but I still am working on the horror one. It's just going to take a little while longer.
Oh, okay.
And they're all self-published, so it's basically me funding it all by myself. So
no, how that feels.
Right. It's a little hard when you don't have a little bit of backing, and Kickstarter is sometimes a little bit daunting.
Yeah.
Speaking of helping out, if you'd like. Well, if you like, please help us out. Melanie, we've actually obtained right now as we stand talking here 14 subscribers on our YouTube channel.
No way.
We have 1,414 subscribers right now. And we're trying by the end of this month to get up to 1,500 and hopefully by the end of the year, 2,000 YouTube subscribers. We're still lounging around 54,000 Facebook followers. If you want to subscribe, go to the YouTube. Go to facebook.com, the Traveling TARDIS, to help us out. If you haven't subscribed there, that's also the best place to look for any upcoming stuff. Later on in the show, I'm actually during our after party, I'm going to be presenting some of the stuff that I was at the first night of the Halloween Horror Nights on Friday, this past Labor Day weekend, and you will get to see some of the pictures that I've managed to get out there, and some of them are a little bit scarier, and they have nothing to do with the Traveling TARDIS or what was going on. It was just some really scary stuff out there. Question before we go to a commercial break. Angela, what was your passion about food itself? Where did that come from? And I know that's everybody loves food, but what made you decide, hey, I can write this down and make something of it besides just enjoying it?
I think it was just from traveling and trying so much different food, and kind of like growing up, my mother is not an adventurous eater. My father is always I'll try everything once. And I'm glad that I took that part between my parents than the not being an adventurous eater and not wanting to really eat outside the box. So I feel like that was part of it. And just the fact that I love doing themed, like little mini themed parties with my friends and stuff like that. So I think that kind of just fed into being like, oh, let's do like a themed cookbook.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, we're going to continue our conversation with Angela as soon as we return from a commercial break. When we return, and we're going to see what's going on with Dave in the kitchen. When we come back, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, become part of the legend. We'll be seeing you right after the commercials.
Jackie Sonnenberg's My Soul to Keep is a ghost story rooted in the realities of actual cults. When 13-year-old Sky Monroe arrives at her new boarding school, all she can think about is death and connecting with the afterlife. Soon she discovers her school's spirituality group, the Guardians of Light, and they have a secret. They can speak with the dead, and the organization is a cult. But this isn't Sky's only problem. The campus house where Sky resides is haunted, and even the ghosts have an agenda. They intend on getting the souls they want. Filled with mystery and intrigue plucked straight from the headlines, author Jackie Sonnenberg's research and attention to detail give this ghost story an even more eerie atmosphere. Find My Soul to Keep on Amazon.com today.
Bateman.
What's the Bateman?
A novel set in Florida, written by Florida author D.L. Havlin. Suspense, mystery, and murder.
Evidence is in the bait.
The Bateman is available at local bookstores and online.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join WHOvian, the brilliant Mackenzie Floor, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
If you're watching us on the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, Twitch, wherever you're watching on the streaming platform, don't thank us, thank our friends at Geek Insider. They're powering us up, and we need you to help subscribe to them at geekinsider.com. Subscribe today and tell them the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you.
At Geek Insider, we foster relationships with those in the geek sphere so we can give our audience the insider view of entertainment, tech, and more.
For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basel, and thank you for those of you who subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe today at youtube.com/The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Also on our Facebook page at facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS. We're here with the lovely Angela Pritchett, who is responsible for what Dave is doing right now in his kitchen, putting things together out there. So without further ado, Dave, are you ready? Can we bring you up to see what's going on in the kitchen?
Oh, we can just check in as we go, yes?
You got it. Here we go. Uh-oh.
That's over the stove.
Did it?
He's not over at the
Oh, it's on the
stove.
stove. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, he hasn't turned on the camera yet.
Well, also, he's not standing there. He's still prepping.
Gotcha.
Is it there?
Stand by for technical difficulties. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's there, but there we go.
There we go.
You can bring both of us up, both cameras up at the same time. Easy.
Ta-da.
And be careful with that knife because I'm not responsible if you cut yourself.
Yes.
No.
Putting those disclaimers out now.
For make hours of good entertainment out there.
And Mark Robson is saying that the book is only £11.50 on Amazon UK.
Ooh.
Got it there. So I'm going to. This might be a little tricky. I'm going to
And I can also mention for international, I do have a conversion chart in the back because us Americans use
cups
different conversions than you. So there is a metric conversion in the back.
Oh, okay. Let me see if we can find it out
awesome.
here. And also that there is a little conversion chart right there, as she had mentioned. But also, if you have any additional notes you want to put in the back, there you go. Any recipe notes that you want to add, as well as an appendix. If you're looking for a specific food that you want to, you can do a little quick search for that, as well as the information on the artists and authors of Shut Up and Eat. Just checking in. Hey, Don, how you doing there?
I see Dave now.
My other laptop seems to have hates me, but over on the other camera that you can't see, I'm just chopping up some chicken. I've got some celery. I've got some carrots and some bacon in here, frying up. Normally, I would have onion in here as well, but my roommate hates onion, so I'm going to do this without onion because she's a weirdo.
No, see, and that's the funny thing is, you said celery. I would be the one that would take the celery out. I can't do celery.
Now, is it
Don't like
flavor
it.
or texture?
Both.
Okay.
Honestly, it's both. Because I think the texture would be fine with it being crunchy and stringy. I think that would be fine. Honestly, it's flavor. I don't like really the flavor of celery. I don't like celery salt. I just don't like.
See, I'm the texture person with onions. So I mince my own onions in a blender before I add it to any recipe because I can't stand having the little slimy, chewy bits somehow being surprises. No, thank you. But I like the flavor of onion. Onion's a great seasoning.
No, I get that. Because funny enough, the only
myself, and I have blended them up and put them in stuff, and without a problem, yeah.
Now here's a weird part. Here's a weird part, Angela, and this might just be me. I can't stand cooked carrots, but I loved cold carrots, like out of the fridge. I can't explain it to you. If you cook them, because I don't like I guess when you get cooked, they come a little soggy. They're not as crunchy. I kind of like the crunchy. Yeah, the texture.
They also taste a little different.
And they taste, yeah, exactly. They taste a little different. Plus, the only time I'll actually eat cooked carrots is with a Hollandaise. I think it's called Hollandaise sauce. Hollandaise sauce. Yeah, I love that sauce. And that's the only time I'll eat it with cabbage and stuff. I'm not a big I'll eat cooked vegetables like corn and peas and stuff like that, but like onions and carrots, I just for whatever reason I can't do it.
I just can't do it. Now, I have a question, and that's probably, Angela, you probably get this a bunch, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you have a favorite of from book 1 and book 2? What's your top favorite recipe, or even the one that you tend to realize, oh my God, I make this a lot?
I love how she smiles and reaches back. She's like, I've been waiting for this.
I'll get them mixed up because, yeah. I can say out of the first one, I probably make the peanut butter cookies the most.
Mm-hmm.
They're easy. They're gluten-free, so I can bring them to parties and people don't get sick.
Oh, perfect.
They're actually what I brought to the book release at Regeneration Who a few years ago because I knew that people wouldn't get sick from them.
Great idea.
Because you never know people's food allergies. But it's probably what I make the most out of here. I also really like the stuffed peppers, but I love green peppers. I'm trying to see where the cookies are. Crap, where are they? There's so many.
Somewhere there.
They all just blend together after years of looking at them.
When you were deciding on your book, at least when you were doing your pagination, were you getting to a point of going, okay, I have way too many desserts, or I need to get more meals or entrees, or did you just find oh, this is pretty well balanced?
I did them episode by episode. I have ADHD, so I didn't want my ADHD brain to get into there. So I did them by episode, and a lot of times it wasn't in order of episode. It was in order of which ones I liked the best.
Yes.
And also, if there was a food in the episode, I tried to do that. So at the, let's see here. So in the episode Hellbent, he's eating what looks like tomato soup. I did a tomato soup for that episode.
All right.
For the appetizer.
Okay.
If they had like where they were at a cafe in one of them. I did a coffee style drink, stuff like that. I tried to also theme it where it fit in with the episode if they had a food in the episode.
Okay.
Gotcha. Now
I have a follow-up for that question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Jeff.
So in regards to that, so I've done a lot of like the Star Wars cookbook and seen how those recipes are very unique and not very Earth centric. I don't know how to even say that. I was wondering.
Not meant to be eaten.
Yeah, but they're so good. Like they're weird combinations, but they work. But I was wondering with with Doctor Who, you also have aliens. Did you ever make a very unique twist on a common recipe where you were like, this seems like a good alien recipe for this episode that's a little bit different than the norm? Or are they very just, this is palatable by most humans, so we will stick with humans here?
I wouldn't really say like, again, I tried to make it not boring. So I at least tried to go for that where you're saying palatable by most humans, and a lot of humans have a very boring palate. Not everyone.
That is very fair.
Yeah, not everyone. A lot of people are adventurous eaters, but I did also kind of add that in there where it's food that a lot of people would like, but it's also, there are the interesting things like the stuffed green peppers is one of my favorites out of there, and you can kind of like spice it up a little bit. I love hot sauce. Like I want to be on Hot Ones one day. I would adore that because I freaking love hot sauce. But I didn't do that to anyone in that cookbook. I didn't decide to be like, let's do my chili recipe where I put a ton of hot sauce in there. No.
I would have been on board with that. Like, yes, give me all the hot sauce.
I would have been frightened. I would have been like, no.
Like, have you ever added paprika to blueberry muffins? Because that is like excellent because you get the sweet.
But now I'm gonna go try it.
Oh, it's so good. Just like a little bit of paprika in just blueberry muffins, and it's just But
yeah, no,
I like spicy.
my goal was to make it more about the food and not trying to like pretty it up and make it like visually pretty like some of the other cookbooks do.
Have it taste good.
Yeah.
Daniel from the Daleks of Florida. Real question: have you had fish fingers and custard? Of course, that question comes up at any time. I have for years, and it's actually delicious. Angela, have you sampled that?
I have sampled that. I do enjoy it. But I like weird and adventurous foods. So
okay, having that question, what was there a recipe that you tried that you thought was going to work out, but it completely did not work out the way you did? Was there a food that you were trying to sample and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe I went that route"?
You're asking me from like 6 years ago now. Oh wow!
Get the TARDIS.
I know, right?
We're going back in time.
We're going back in time, so I can.
Do you remember what the food was? Was it a dessert or a beverage? Because you got beverages in here too.
Yeah, there's lots of beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. So I tried to also make it, like I said, so families could enjoy the book, not just adults. I know there was a bunch because, like I said, a lot of these recipes went through like 4 and 5 times of me figuring out, oh, this much works. Oh, this tastes horrible. Oh, this came out way too hard in the oven. Stuff like that. There was a lot of trial and error. Each of these took about, like I said, 6 to 8 months nonstop working.
Right.
Mark Robinson says, is there any ingredients in that US only, like cake vodka only USA?
Oh, I didn't.
That's a good question.
I'm trying to remember. I don't believe I used any of the flavored vodkas. So if vodka is available outside the USA, then you should be good. I believe it is.
Russia.
Now, can I is it okay? I don't know if it's bad form, Angela. Can I read the ingredients of what Dave is making right now?
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, Dave is making To the Galaxy and Beyond chicken corn chowder. The ingredients include 3 pieces of diced bacon, which is already in my heart, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 1 onion, 3 celery stalks, 2 carrots, 3 minced garlic cloves, 1 jalapeno pepper, 2 cups milk, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, half tablespoon dried thyme, did I say that right? And 2 20-ounce packages of frozen cream corn.
I'm petting the kitty.
You're petting.
And again, with any of this, like, there's a whole jalapeno in there. You don't necessarily have to put that in there.
That's okay. And that's good too, because if people, don't want the spicy, they can skip on that. They can still have the full recipe.
Or make it extra spicy.
Season there.
Or make it extra spicy. No.
I'll take my spice and give it to Jessica.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay with this.
I don't want to feel wibbly wobbly after my meal.
Oh,
my goal is for your butthole not to hurt.
There you go.
That's a good goal.
That's a damn good goal. That's a damn fine good goal.
Yeah.
She's got alcoholic beverages, so talking about wibbly wobbly out there. I think it was asked, what's your favorite drink? What was the best concoction that you came up with and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that this worked out so well?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Let's see here. Give me a second. I have to make sure this is the right one. There's a couple of them that have a lot of similar names.
Okay, while you find that, Mark Robinson has a question, which is very American, and that is, what the heck is cream corn? And I can answer that to that. That cream corn is basically the American version of mushy peas.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Because
I don't even know what cream corn is. I mean,
we
I know
don't mush up our peas to the point where they're mushy. So cream corn is basically taking corn and blending it up. Except when corn gets blended or mushy, it's more of a blended kind of thing. So it's much more watery. And I am not a fan of cream corn. Never, ever. That's like on the small little list of foods that I just do not pass go. Cream corn is one of them. So I know. Oh, she's an idiot. Look at this. This is an idiot. This is what I'm trying to work on. So so there she is being an idiot. Anyway, but yeah, that's what creamed corn is. Creamed corn is basically if you took corn and put it if you had one of the little hand blenders, like an immersion blender kind of thing. That's what kind of creamed corn is. I personally don't like it, but my dad loves it. So
I will never forget. There's an episode of MASH where they got a whole whack of corn on the cob, and everyone was and something else, and they were all arguing over how they wanted it to be cooked, and eventually the cook just made cream corn, and everyone freaked out. He said, "Well, next time I'll just let you eat it on the cob."
Corn on the cob is the best way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I will say, because there was the question about cake vodka, and again, my knowledge of what's available in the UK as to what's available here, not quite as good. But in one of these, it uses orange vodka, which is a flavored vodka. I don't necessarily know if that's available in other places, but that could also you could use strain orange juice, stuff like that, just to kind of make your own for stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff in here, if it's something that you're not sure about that is not available where you're at, cream corn, you could use regular corn. If it's for a soup or something like that, you can kind of mix things over, or contact me on social media and I can tell you a substitution that's in your area.
There you go.
Yeah,
but so getting back to one of my favorite drinks, the Cass's caramel apple sangria. Probably one of my favorites. This is in the second one.
Christy would go nuts just so he by the word sangria.
Yeah,
that sounds really good.
Is that one of the alcoholic or the non-alcoholic?
That's an alcoholic one. The one above it is a non-alcoholic mint julep called Day Cycle Mint Julep, which is also really good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
speaking of which, hang tight, folks, because we got a commercial break. When we return, we're going to be back in the kitchen with Dave and with the lovely Angela Pritchett of the book Shut Up and Eat. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
This is Cosplay Michael with the Hanging Us Love Show. I want to tell you about my friends at Embellis Effects in Orlando, Florida. They've got makeup, costumes, and props for all of your costume needs. And the team at Embellis Effects is helpful and friendly. Embellis Effects is one of my favorite places, and I know it will be yours too. I'll see you there. Or go to embelliseffects.com. And remember, cosplay is for everyone.
Author Cindy Koepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Koepp at CKOEPP.com today.
The massive audio Doctor Who Bad Wolf Bluetooth TARDIS speaker. That's all I gotta say, one word. Wow. It looks like it just jumped right off the screen. Here it is in all its Bad Wolf glory. Right here is the on-off switch and the up and down volume. Right here's the speaker. The TARDIS stands about 6 inches from the bottom of the TARDIS all the way up to the top where the light is. Look at the detail. Wow.
Absolutely, wow! If you want to get one of those speakers, as well as the wireless charger or the wireless chargers for the Weeping Angels wireless chargers, go to Amazon.com/FameTek, Amazon.com/FameTek. For those of you listening to our podcast, FameTek. Don't forget, you got a special order coming, because also use our discount code at WizardWorld.com in their Wizard World Vault. Everything 25% off if you use TARDIS 25 in your checkout. Make sure you're using TARDIS 25. Get 25% off of your discount, whatever purchase that you make at the Wizard World Vault. Go to wizardworld.com, go click on the vault, get your merchandise, and get your discount on us. Don't forget to use TARDIS 25. Welcome back, everyone, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basel, and there's Dave Chapman of the rathole.ca. He is making a very special treat that has been created by the lovely Angela Pritchett, who wrote this wonderful book, and she's got a sequel to it, Shut Up and Eat, based on, what was it, Series 8, right? Series 8 of Doctor Who.
The titles are puns.
So,
there you go.
Which episode was the chowder from?
The chowder? Oh, let me look and see, because that was a different one than I sent you originally.
Yes.
So let me find it.
Sent me the peanut butter cookies you were talking about. But.
Good. The chowder is from Kill the Moon.
Oh.
I was sitting here, I was watching Dave absolutely manhandle an orange. Like,
I've moved on slightly.
I was gonna say you're is it juicing an orange?
Yes. I just zested it, so I got some zest in there.
Okay.
And I'm just juicing a couple of these oranges.
What is that doing? I'm sorry. I'm just going like just trying to see how you're coring it, and then
it's just a little juicing thing. It's just easier this because I have it.
Okay.
Normally I wouldn't. Okay. But this isn't actually mine. This is my roommate has this, but
it's just a device I've never ever seen before. And as a Floridian, I'm going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like. I go outside, grab one off my tree, and go, this is how you juice an orange.
Now, for those of you maybe just joining us on the feed, Dave is making the recipe for To the Galaxy and Beyond chicken corn chowder. Now, Dave, just so people might be catching up on things, where are you in the process of making the corn chowder right now?
Well,
you can see you did the zest.
This is something different.
Okay.
Yeah. Because corn chowder is over here. So if we switch back, let me just wash my hands here. If you switch back over here to this camera, we've got everything in here cooking up, boiling, and it will keep cooking for about another 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
More stuff in, but I figured, well, why just stand around? So I'm actually making Santa Tangerine cream tarts.
Oh, okay.
He's multitasking. As
He's
you
multitasking.
do.
I want to be at his house right now.
Probably smells wonderful.
Mark Robinson, the UK has so many flavored gins. It's unbelievable, such as Cola Cube Gin, Parma Violet Gin, Bramble Gin, Orange Gin, Sherbet Gin, etc.
I would like to trade you for all of the awful flavored vodkas we have because I love gin and I love vodka.
Agreed.
Yeah, because we have, I mean, honestly, our gin is gin flavored gin, and that's about it. There's not a lot of flavor, maybe a lavender one you can find. But yeah, you're not going to find many gins, at least stateside.
And you'll get regular gin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, just seeing all the different flavored gins in the UK, it's just I know, I'm like, it's mouth-watering.
I'm gonna be searching if I get to go next year.
Right. I think, what was it? You're allowed 2 bottles back.
Do the duty free at the airport, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I had gin, 8 a.m. at an Irish airport. They were doing samples, and I was like, well, when in Rome. She was like, I know it's a bit early, and I was like, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it's 5 or 6 hours ahead. It's not really where I'm from.
I had already been up for a few hours because it was a layover in Dublin. So yeah.
David's done more work than I would do for the whole meal, says Carl Witzman.
Picks up phone, calls Domino's.
Yeah, that's what Carl would do. It's like who's ever the closest Uber driver at that moment. Oh my goodness, there.
I like gin. Just to go back to that conversation, I like gin. Gin has decided it doesn't like me. Apparently, I black out on gin.
Well, that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
So if the TLTT team ever goes over to the UK, when we're at a Weatherspoons, we'll tell you our table number. Send all the gin that way.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, just for you.
I'll be there recording it for everyone.
That's okay. If I come visit you, there used to be a bar in Kissimmee, across the freeway from the hostel there, called the Big Bamboo. Have you guys ever heard of it? Still there?
I don't know.
I don't know. That wasn't
because it used to be a hangout for cast members, but particularly Jungle Cruise skippers, and I went there a couple of times. I remember it had some tragedies along the way. I think it even caught fire at one point.
Oh my!
Oh, good Lord!
Yeah, it was just one of those, literally a hole in a wall, literal hole in the wall.
Half had like a thatched roof. It rains, you get wet.
Yes, and not only
for tables.
And they had all this Disney memorabilia that you could just not find anywhere else. They had like old items from days gone by. I can't remember. I just remember being over there a couple of times, and I hope they're still. I don't think they are, but everybody, if you'd like to join in the live chat with us with Team TARDIS and author Angela Pritchett, please just go to your YouTube channel right now. Don't forget to subscribe over there and hit the notification bell so you can get the updates on the latest episodes, as well as special episodes like Simon Fisher Becker, what Simon Says, with our I haven't done one in a while, but we're as soon as we get some more news coming up over here, our Who Knew News segments, as well as Dave, who puts out the bits of the TARDIS out there, which are just shorter segments of our show. No, you're fine. You're cooking right now, so don't worry about that. And please, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, all one word. Wow.
Now I want a Tom Collins after all that gin talk. Sorry. Anyway. Anywho.
Great. So you said you had some vegetarian recipes. So I'm a veggie. That is amazing because a lot of places don't have a lot of veggie friendly recipes. So that makes me so happy because usually I have to convert recipes to make them veggie. Mm-hmm. So that is,
I mean, a lot of these are easy to do that with too. Let me see here.
And it's not just saying, oh, I'm vegetarian. I just want to eat veggie. And you're like, oh yeah, we have salad.
Like, no, yeah, because that happens a lot. They're like, oh, they have salad. And I'm like oh, cool. Vegetarians eat more than just salad. I hope everyone knows. Like vegetables are great.
Yeah.
I love vegetables. Like pasta. Also,
it's just literally the same menu meal that you would normally make. Just take the meat out. That's it.
Chicken,
And it's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna just blow up Dave's screen over here because I want to see what he's doing right there.
Fine, just do
Folding it in. No, I'm kidding.
From far away, it looks like he's making oatmeal.
There we go.
Which I know that's definitely not what he's doing.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Dave?
What are you doing, Dave?
What are you? Talk us through it.
Go into the chowder.
Say that again, please.
Flour and milk.
Oh, good Lord, no, you need to sift it in.
Now,
It's
I know I
latte.
have a sifter going on.
You have a whisk?
Yeah.
Use the whisk.
Get the
Small
Dalek
amount.
appendage.
Oh. Everything about my roux making just went,
And I do know better, but, you know.
You're doing it for time. You're on camera. Isn't that right, Luna? Yes.
It's okay.
Luckily,
I
our
got
weapons
live.
in handy for cooking as well.
See, I got live critiques. Well, it was wonderful. How to take the skin off of ginger. I learned that doing like a live little thing on thing. You use a spoon because I'm over here trying to use a shaver, and I'm like, how the heck do you get this? Or like, do I peel it? Like, how do you get the skin off ginger? And I had people watching. They were like, the spoon. I'm like, what? And they're like, flip the spoon over, and you use a spoon. I was like, bro, this is great. This works.
Carl Witzman, I just asked, vegetarians eat cream corn, right?
We do eat cream corn. If we like it, we eat creamed corn.
Angela, what was the recipe that gave you the hardest time?
Oh, goodness.
What was the one that was like, oh, God, after you tried 5 or 6 times, you finally got it right?
Like I said, there were a couple of them like that because it was all a lot of trial and error. Let me see here. I just passed by one because I was looking to kind of count to see how many vegetarian recipes I could find without alterations. A lot of the appetizers are vegetarian.
Ooh. That's great.
Yeah. Let's see here.
While Angela's looking, if everybody don't forget to vote for us for Best of the Bay. Getting a lot of votes in. Vote.cltampa.com. Again, that's vote.cltampa.com for the Best of the Bay. We're going for best podcast, so please give it a vote if you haven't liked. For our friends who are in other countries, you may not be able to vote because I think it had to have a stateside email, from what I understand, or your zip code has to be in the States for your vote to count. So yeah, once you get signed up and everything, you're able to vote. You can vote for everybody throughout that. If there's somebody interested or something interesting and you live in the Tampa area, Tampa St. Petersburg area, and you see a talent or a creator out there who you want to vote for, and it was like, my goodness, I didn't know they were running. Go to vote.cltampa.com and give us just a little nudge. We're hoping we were 3rd place last year, and we're hoping to move it to number 1 this year. Thank you so much for everybody who's voted and supported the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Dave's making me hungry, right?
Yeah, right. I know.
Because it's lunchtime, it's dinner time over here, and I'm just watching him cook, and it's just like, good grief.
I'm just taking some time here as well.
Got it.
Rest of the were dry. I just happened to have some largely fresh stuff. So,
got it. Melanie, let's go ahead and take a final break. When we return,
Yes.
We're going to continue and wrap up our cooking lesson with Dave Chapman of the rathole.ca and our book, Shut Up and Eat, Parts 1 and 2 by Angela Pritchett. You can get those on Amazon right now. We'll provide the links. The links will be in the description in the YouTube channel below, as well as, I believe, all the other sites that we posted on. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't go away hungry.
Famous Faces and Funnies in Melbourne, Florida is leading the way in pop culture fun. From comic books and graphic novels to Funko Pops and collector's items, Famous Faces and Funnies has it all. Rick Shea and the professional team at Famous Faces and Funnies are friendly and knowledgeable. Whether you're looking for toys, props, collector treasures, or a new comic book, Famous Faces and Funnies is your one-stop shop. To find Famous Faces and Funnies on Facebook and Twitter, just type at FFF Comics.
Alien invaders enslave Earth.
Unleashing hunters into the ruined wastes.
One young survivor struggles to elude their monsters, clinging to hope.
When he's stolen off the planet by a sarcastic starship AI, they pit their uneasy alliance against a treacherous galaxy.
Explore a whole new verse of barbarism and betrayal.
Wonder and adventure.
In the Scion series
by Michael J. Allen.
Beginning with Book 1, Scion Conquered Earth.
Available in print, ebook, and audio on Amazon.com.
You have more options than ever before when choosing a film, a television or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show, hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
You know, Melanie, I almost forgot to do it today, but if you go to Doctor WHO-worldsapart.com and you sign up every day, you get 10 pen decks that you can use to get cards for free. You can play for free once everything is up and running at Doctor WHO-worldsapart.com, and you can purchase your packs in advance. There are some exclusive for only a limited time, and those are taking place on a week. I would safely say on a weekly basis out there, but they just come and go with different frames that are available. But go over right now to Doctor Who-Worlds Apart, sign up, and just check in every day. Get your 10 pan decks, and eventually you can get cards. You will be issued cards for free to play the game. But if you really want the good cards like Nisha has, you can definitely give it a try and purchase them yourself. Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basel. That is Mr. Dave Chapman of the rathole.ca, and that is looking awesome. That is the...
We don't creamed corn.
Mas crema. There we go.
This is a To the Galaxy and Beyond chicken corn chowder, and that just looks scrumptious.
This is going to cook for a little bit longer, and by the end of the show, hopefully it'll be edible.
Thank you, Melanie. I want to welcome Angela Pritchett, who is the author of this wonderful book, Shut Up and Eat, Parts 1 and 2. Will there be a 3 coming? Is there a 3 in the future out there?
We've talked about it. I've talked about it with another artist because the artist that did the first 2 didn't want to do a 3rd one. Mm-hmm. So I've talked about it with another artist. So possibly. So
that'd be fun.
So
once I get motivation, the 2020 kind of drained all the life out of me for
everyone.
Oh, that's fair.
So,
that's very fair out there. And check out in the links in their YouTube channel. We will have the links for Angela's book, both parts 1 and 2. You want to check them out, and tell her the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you there. The dreaded green corn. Thanks, Faith.
I feel like we always come out of these shows with like one thing that's like the common joke. Yeah. And I think creamed corn has made it this episode is creamed corn. We should go back and pick out every single random aspect that we've all latched onto over the year and just make a whole diagram sentence thing.
Yes.
And one of them's definitely creamed corn.
Of the stinger of each episode.
Yes.
And that one would be, this one is creamed corn.
Because I feel like everyone I've been on, we've like, there's one thing, and I'm like, this is fun. Creamed corn.
So, Angela, when you were coming up with the first book, what made you think, you know what, I'm going to make it episode driven, and that's how you decided you want to go? Okay, we're going to go with that, and then build out from there. Because I know planning, you want to start somewhere, and you go, okay, well, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. How did you use that as I'm narrowing it here and then building out?
That was actually the first thing I decided on. Really? Because it was easier to make the recipes thematic towards each episode for me. So that's what I really went for. I mean, like, each season has so many episodes. Some of them had prologues, and I did do mini recipes. I didn't do full entree, like full courses for the prologues, but I did do, like, let me see here. Is it this first one? First one didn't have a prologue. The second one has a prologue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I guess, so I did like a fun little drink and like a starter, which is more like American breakfast type stuff. So I did pancakes for it. But yeah, that was kind of how I wanted it to be, where the book was organized in a certain way. And that seemed to be the best way to organize it, was by episode, and make it a lot more fun and different than other cookbooks. So.
Go ahead. I was going to say, and why did you decide to go with the Doctor and Clara for that season first?
So I love Capaldi's Doctor. And it also helped that the girl who was doing art for me is a huge Capaldi Doctor fan too. So she was all on board with doing the artwork for them, because it was a lot in line of what she was already doing artwork of.
Yeah.
On her Tumblr, on her Patreon, stuff like that. So it kind of just worked. And then the way we did it, like, I gave her a lot of freedom to just be random with some of it too for each episode. But a few of the episodes I came in, I said, hey, I think this would look really great. Like the one that has Clara and the Doctor being served by the Dalek. I was like, I really think that would be cool. There's a few others where I went and I was like, hey, I would really like this. This is kind of what I have visioned for that episode. But other ones I was like, go wild. Do what you want. Like,
well, that's cool that, you guys started with something that you were already had, the muse kind of already you were struck with it. So you were kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm just, you're already all in on wanting to, for your case, pick from that season and to kind of run with it. And because you already kind of know the nuances, and you're not feeling like it's research or it's work, you're getting to like eat your dessert first. You're getting in there and enjoy.
I'm sorry. We were also releasing these as those seasons were coming out. So I was working on them week to week as the new episodes were coming out.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, this one I was working on as that season was going. And then this one also I was doing as each episode was coming out. I would watch them for me, and then I would go back and watch them for the cookbook. So I watched a lot of these episodes multiple times in one week, just to kind of get the feel of what I wanted to do for them. But always, the first viewing was always me as a fan watching it. And then from there was, okay, let's sit down and do the cookbook stuff.
That's so exciting.
So you focus on 12 and Clara. What do you think would be a good recipe for 13?
Oh my gosh. I could have so much fun with 13.
And you can't say rainbow cake. That's already taken.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I pulled from foods and stuff that were already in there as well. So each of the, like I said, if there were foods in the episode, then I try to incorporate those into the cookbook. But, that takes some thinking.
Oh, I stumped Angela.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think about it. Like,
okay. Let me rephrase the question. Is there a certain doctor that matches up with a recipe that you think you should explore? Like, would 4 have this, or would 5 have a recipe with a celery in it, or something
I
like
could
that?
see me doing like
I've already given you ideas for 5 more books, haven't I?
No, like for 4, like there's. So I already have something similar in one of these cookbooks, which is a I have to think about the name of it. Putting me on the spot, but basically doing a.
Obviously, lasagna from Graham Cross.
Don't be lasagna.
Don't be lasagna.
There is a lasagna in there, but for the 4th Doctor, doing a stuffed bread, but dyeing the bread like his scarf.
Oh, that would be neat.
So, because it's so easy, because a lot of the breads I used are like for the cookbook. It's not like you don't have to have a bread maker. You don't have all that. Like you can buy pre-done bread already, and just mushing that up with the coloring would be really cool.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Now, do you have like a certain, like either a book or like a certain kind of like a notepad or whatever? Like if you're ever going through and watching an episode and that you just have a random thought and you're like, or you see somebody eating something, like, oh, I gotta jot that down. And it's just there on the side, but you've kind of. Do you tend to write that kind of stuff, or you just kind of keep all that stuff in your head?
On my laptop. Lots and lots of tabs on my laptop. I have folders for each of them, so that one, like, it's just Word documents with stuff that I'm thinking in them. I have lots of notes on my phone because of the little Word app. I lose stuff really easily. So if it's not something I can keep attached to me, like my cell phone or my my computer, then, and also being able to do that also meant that I could type up recipes as I was going to, which meant putting them all together and compiling them took a little less time than having everything written down.
Right.
Now there is some stuff I'll write down, like if I'm in the kitchen, I'll write down what I'm making because I'm not spoiled. I don't want to like spill stuff all over my laptop. Because it's very small and old, so.
Now after
I was watching him stir.
After you created these cookbooks, you said that you had been doing this in such a condensed amount of time, and you had to try the recipes multiple times. After that condensed amount of time, were you like, I'd never want to cook again for the next foreseeable future? I'm done with cooking? Or was it like, crap, now I'm craving this one recipe that I had in my actual cookbook that like I need this every week and I will be making this every week. So like, or was it a mixture of both of like, I never want to cook, but I will cook this?
I used my crock pot a lot after that.
That is fair.
I use my crock pot a lot after that. I'm like I said, I make the peanut butter cookies all the time. They're really yummy. They're only like 3 ingredients. They're super simple. I always have it, and I always have everything for it in my kitchen. So
we're also for 13
emergency cookies, right? Like you never know when you have a bad day and you need to make the cookies.
When you're making your
sugar, there we go.
When you're making your peanut butter cookies, do you always like take the fork and the tines of the fork and do the little cross pattern on top, or you just sometimes just let it roll and just have it bake up?
Sometimes I've done it both ways. So I actually have it where you do the cross pattern in the cookbook. But for me, it just depends on
how you feeling,
how I'm feeling, and how fast I want to get them out of there because I want to eat them while they're hot.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever tweak your own recipes? Like, say one day you're like, you know what? I want these peanut butter cookies, but I want to add some chocolate chips. Like, do you ever like tweak your own recipe to be different? Or are you like, nope, this is the recipe. They're perfect as is. I'm keeping it.
No. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you want more salt or you want more pepper, do it. Like, if you're cooking it for yourself, this is just like a guideline. So, like, where he's making the corn chowder. If he decides, oh, hey, this could use a little bit more pepper, it could use a little bit more salt, or, you know, it could use some hot sauce, go for it.
Heck yeah.
Is there a recipe that you've done enough times where, I mean, I'm sure that there's plenty of recipes, like even the peanut butter cookies, you don't have to look at the measurements, the time, everything. It's now muscle memory. But is there one that you've done enough where you almost kick yourself, where you're like, oh, I can't remember. I wrote this book and I have to stop what I'm doing and go and find my recipe again. I haven't committed it to memory yet.
Stuff in my life. I look at everything.
Angela, we're just wrapping up the audio version of our podcast, but for those of you sticking around, we'll continue our discussion as we watch Dave make this excellent chicken corn chowder. It's looking lovely. But again, if you want to get Angela's book, it's called Shut Up and Eat. Go to Amazon. The links will be in the description of all the platforms that we have it on, including our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. We're just going to end the audio version. So those of you listening, thank you for joining us on it. Oh, there we go. Melanie's got the descriptions out here. And for those of you who are watching, don't forget you can check us out wherever you listen to your favorite podcast: iHeartRadio, Sci-Fi.radio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, CBS Radio, Spreaker, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You can listen to us out there. Download the episodes for free. Stand by, folks. For those, we're about to enter the after party. Want to thank you again for joining us. Please stay safe. And again, whatever you do, just take care of yourselves, because we want you to become part of the legend. And welcome to the... And the fat just walks away.
That's what we wish right now.
Ready to eat that food.
It's like, hey. Why, yes, I'll take some of that corn chowder. Poor Dave has no idea what the heck's going on.
No, and
what I did.
Yes, he does.
Why I'm just saying, like, why the fat walks away. I'm holding the little adipose over the screen, so
I saw
that's
something because I had to replace my laptop, but my old one kind of works.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do have one over there, and then my camera up there connected to one here. That's also why this is over on this side.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And for those of you still with us, if you want to advertise on our show, don't forget you can email Sage or myself at hangingwithshow.com, spelled HANGIN with show.com. Email Sage or myself. We'll get you the best rates and prices for advertisements on our show, as you've seen here, with all of our friends of the Traveling TARDIS, all of our family of sponsors, as well as on the actual Facebook page, which has now, it's getting close to 55,000 Facebook followers out there. Mark Robinson, if the 13th loved custard cream biscuits, cookies, maybe a custard cream cheesecake. Wow.
I think Faith said that too, a custard cream cheesecake.
Now I want custard creams. Ah.
There you go.
Oof.
We're making I'm looking at the pot and I am starving. I love chicken corn chowder. I simply adore it. If it's done right, it is delicious. I love that stuff.
Anyway, tried custom creams, biscuits.
Yes. What I can
Yes.
for the tarts.
I love custard creams.
As we all start typing. It's like, hold on. The ones I've tried, because I couldn't remember the name of them, are Crawford's.
Same.
Yeah, because there's a little shop over here near in like Largo, St. Pete, Clearwater area that's called London Pride, and they have custard creams and they have all the biscuits you could possibly imagine and all the sweets you could possibly imagine. So yes,
my Publix has custard creams.
Really? Because I've noticed Publix is starting to get that too.
Oh yeah, and Jammy Dodgers and Jelly Babies and wine gummies. Yeah. But now I just want to go get sweets. So I'm like, well, darn. Now I just want to go get some nice British sweets.
I know. Should go.
Now, Angela, you need a recipe for Jammy Dodgers and Jelly Babies somehow or another mixed in.
Jello Baby, like a whole mold of a massive. No, I'm kidding. No,
Jello Baby,
I don't
like
want
this size.
You have to cut the head off first. Sorry. No, but that's how you eat Jelly Babies. You always eat the head first.
Yeah, I do too. It's like gummy bears.
You have to, because then they stare at you.
It's best to behead them.
You want your food to judge you as you're eating alive.
I mean, who doesn't eat the heads of their gummy bears first? Like, I do. If you leave the face, it's creepy.
Right.
So you got to eat the head first.
Same with animal crackers.
See, I understand. I'm understanding her. And Dave, you eat the head first. Exactly.
Thank you for telling me that Publix has Jammy Dodgers. One of my good friends is like, this is important information for me to know.
They have or at least here in Orlando, Florida, they have a whole international food section, and one of them is British.
Yeah, the one know in Kissimmee, off of 192, like they have a huge Brit section.
Mm-hmm.
The one over
I
here,
know
like
the
on
public-
the they don't have nearly as big.
It's not as big, but Tennessee also, because my family's from Tennessee, or I'm from Tennessee. I'm my family. Anyway, Tennessee also has a British section in their Publix. It's fine.
It's like the one we have it's kind of on the smaller side, but yeah, the one I know on like one off 192 and Kissimmee is like damn near the entire aisle. It's like, oh, so then I just traverse over to the store where I can also buy scones and Weetabix and Typhoon.
Now I forgot. I think it's like a cookie or a cracker called Digestives.
Yes.
And I always thought it was the
The
funniest
chocolate covered
name.
ones are great.
Yes, they are.
The chocolate covered digestives are
I like the hobnobs.
I love them. They just have a funny name. That's
They
it. I
have
just
the
like.
most unattractive name ever.
They're high in fiber. They're good in fiber. That's why.
If you ever
actually, I think that is why, isn't it? Because they have a high fiber content.
That might be it.
Yes, Carl.
Don't quote
Custard
me.
with fish fingers. Yes. Come on. You saw the 11th hour, dude.
All I know is if you ever get the chance to finally, to get over to the UK and as traveling abroad. So if you're an American going over to the UK for the first time, all that stuff, go to a Sainsbury's, and I mean not like a Tesco Express or the tiny Sainsbury's. Try to go to an actual like Tesco or a full Waitrose or something, because it's just absolutely an amazing little culture shock to go over there and see how the other how people live and
how
all this stuff.
inexpensive those sweets are compared to how much they are here. I came back with a suitcase full of sweets. It was bad.
And then
I have
find the
a
American
picture of all
section.
of those sweets that I got at Tesco. They probably thought I was insane, but I'm like loading up my bag of sweets.
Is Graham in the chat today? I haven't been watching. Is Graham Krause there?
Graham
He
is here
was.
somewhere.
I don't know if he's still there. Yeah, I saw him bring up one comment.
I'm coming down to the States. Switch over to my other camera here.
No. Hang on.
Fine, I'll go over here.
Smarties!
Doing it.
I know.
Stop.
You're making that poor boy work.
Pills that you Americans call Smarties.
Oh, what is that? That's not a Smartie.
It's an M&M, but vastly superior.
Yes, I know those. They're more like what we have. What do we call those? In America, like we have something that's like that, but
The green coffee,
I don't
right?
remember what they're called.
It's delicious chocolate bars you can't get down there.
Oh, coffee crisps.
Bring stuff with you.
And it canceled out on Florida. Sorry.
So Jessica, where you were saying they probably looked at you crazy when you were bringing stuff back. I did the same thing in Tokyo. I got so many bottles of Japanese whiskey. They were like $90 bottles for like $17 there, and I was like done.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, you got to bring that stuff back.
No,
I
it was
get it.
wrapped up very nice in my suitcase.
When
Ooh,
we
I
came
see some
back from
food.
the UK, everything was filled with stuff from Borough Market. And I didn't bring gin back. I brought mead because that was before like mead became a thing over here. You couldn't find decent mead, and I was finding all different types of flavors and stuff. Ooh, digestive chocolates are my favorites.
Mm-hmm. They're so good.
I'm glad.
Here we go. Mark's coming in. Tesco, Sainsbury, Asda are the big stores, but the UK sales tax is included when shopping. Yes, it is.
I have a friend who's going to be playing American football in Newcastle starting in a couple months, and I'm sending them to Sainsbury's to buy me Wizard's chocolate because it's really expensive to ship here.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
But they sell it over there.
Speaking of Florida, as Dave's wrapping up his cooking. Oh, he's already eating.
He's eating.
Oh, look at that. How is it? No, let's see your reaction.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Do
You need to see your reaction.
What?
Which camera are we going to? Here we go.
This one. There you go.
That one.
I'm liking it.
Yay!
Yay!
Hooray!
For those of you who thunderstorms are coming, so if we disappear quickly, it's not being. No, we'll get it, girl. I actually got storms on my side too. They just showed up, so I'm just.
I know I kept having to mute because of the thunder. I was like, crap, there's thunder happening. I need to mute my mic.
That was the last show, or was the show before, where the thunder and lightning was going crazy here.
Yes.
You could hear it through the mic.
Well, I just want to bring this up. Oh, Faith, Jessica, for the Smarties, you were thinking for us, we have M&Ms.
No, there's a smaller. It's a smaller M&M. But it's not M&M brand. We have
Sixlets.
No. Those are smart.
Those are round.
Sixlets. But the Smarties, they have. It's more like an oval sixlet.
It's a round thing, but it's almost like, I don't want to say a Whopper. They're just smaller, but they're kind of chocolatey. Yeah, and then.
But the Smarties he's referring to are closer to sixlets.
Okay.
Because for some reason, I don't know how I know this. But yes.
Thundercats.
The Cadbury chocolate eggs, though, that the UK gets around Easter are the best, though. Ours don't stand up to them. Terry used to bring them to Regen every year, and they're so good.
Fun fact about American Cadbury. Cadbury was bought out by Hershey. Yep. So our Cadbury is different than the UK Cadbury now, which is why their Cadbury tastes better. The UK Cadbury tastes really good, and the Americans is decent.
But yeah, their content it's a higher content of milk fat, if I believe correctly, because that was another. My husband is a very big Cadbury aficionado, and that was one where that man brought so many flakes back home. It was insane.
I love the buttons. I love the buttons.
Oh, the buttons with the little. When you get the one that's purple, it has the little picture of the monkey with the button. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I love
it. This conversation completely derailed. I'm so sorry.
We're just talking about UK sweets
for you, but we're going to talk about sweets.
At least Dave's eating.
I know. Right?
I know. He's just like, I'm enjoying my chowder. This is great.
I just want to take time to throw this. Gosh, I forgot those existed. I just want to throw this in here because I know Melanie's going to jump all over me for this. But starting October 1st, I wanted to show the pictures real fast, and we get back to the chat. Sorry, that was the wrong one. Starting October 1st, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS will go again and doing the 31 days of Halloween. So go over to facebook.com/the Traveling TARDIS and subscribe. And for the people who are watching on the YouTube, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of some of the pictures that we'll be taking as we go back to Halloween Horror Nights. But let me just give you a sample of some of the stuff that we have. That's one picture, and I love doing the filters now. I'm having a great time playing with the filters out there. The one that I really just love, it was one of the ones that the scare actor just happened to hit the right pose at the right time, was this one right here. And he just happened to put his arm up at the right moment there. And there's going to be tons more of new pictures coming out from the Traveling TARDIS out there. But Melanie's gone. So I'm going to put up the most scariest picture of Halloween Horror Nights. You ready? Here is the security line getting into the park. Yeah. That was just, that's what I walked into, just trying to get into the park. It was just a madhouse. And if you can't see, but on the far left is where the people exit from the park. And they had to walk around all of that just to get back to their cars. So I was feeling really bad for everybody out there. And, Melanie would kill me seeing that picture out there, trying to be in that mess. But that's what it looked like out there, just getting into security. But yeah, Steve, just a few more pictures out there that we took. But this is going to be going on throughout all 31 days of October from the 1st to the 31st, where we'll be putting out old classic pictures, new pictures. We'll also be having Halloween music, Halloween clips from Doctor Who of the most scariest times. And also, as we approach Halloween, we'll be talking about some particular episodes and panels about the terrors of Doctor Who. What could we be talking about this going into next month? Anybody who's a Beetlejuice fan?
That's my store.
That is your store.
I work there.
And you weren't there. That was the disappointing part out there.
Yeah. I worked earlier, so I was gone by the time Halloween Horror Nights started.
So, Dave, anything on the tarts, or are you cooking
That'll
those?
take a little bit more time.
Okay, that's fine.
But I have if you switch over here, I made the
digestive thins. got it. Here it comes. Ooh.
Tangerine curd. It's firming up slowly, and I already baked up. I don't know where I put them. I left them in the oven. I think I turned the oven off. Tart shells. So I'll make those when that firms up a little bit more.
That's fine. Angela, what did you think of Dave's cooking? Did you think he did well from what you can see out there?
Yeah, I mean, like he's still alive.
That's how we're rating it now.
I like that standard. You're still alive. Nothing's on fire. You did good.
Exactly.
He has all of his fingers. Yeah, there we go. I'm really glad you have all your fingers and not like an injury or anything. And I said
Melanie's just eating in front of us out there. Thanks for coming, Carl and Donna. Thank you so much for coming in on the show there.
Did
it taste good, Dave?
I liked it.
Awesome.
A little bit more when my roommate gets home.
Sweet.
Yeah, I gotta wait for them to come home.
I know, Kate. Next month, this is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Those thins look really good, Melanie. Why are you doing this to me?
Because she can.
I know. I've never had the
Everybody kept
thins,
talking
though.
about the damn thing, so I went over there and grabbed them. I just got up, left, went to them. They were in the refrigerator. So
We got a few minutes left, Angela. Was there anything that you wanted to talk about? Because I know you also do music, right?
I do. I do a lot of ukulele covers of so I do a lot of just random nerdy songs that I write, or I do covers of theme songs. You can find me on YouTube, Angela Plays Ukulele.
Oh, okay.
We haven't made a music video in the last 2 years because
the year that never was done threw everything off.
So, but yeah, so maybe more stuff as it is safer to go out and do stuff. But yeah, just like music, you can find a couple of the movies. I've done a lot of indie film as well as television. You can find some of that stuff on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I'm trying to think of other stuff, but let's see. Oh, and you can find me every week on Earth Station 1 with a Geek Girls Take. I do a weekly segment where I just talk about whatever I want to talk about for 3 minutes. And I've been doing that for the last 7 or 8 years.
Okay, so you're on the channel with Mike Faber, right?
Yep, I'm on the regular show. I'm on Earth Station 1. Occasionally, I go in on their DC show or their Earth Station Who, but that's an invite whenever they want me on there. Mm-hmm. But every week, I do a Geek Girls Take on their regular show.
Awesome. Well. Also, don't forget to check out Angela's books on the Amazon. You can probably look it up by word. Just shut up and eat. Can't forget that at all out there. But the links will be in are in the description actually on the YouTube channel and our Facebook page. So check them out.
And in the comments.
And in the comments as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What's he doing? Oh, he's just sitting on the sink.
Let's just change the.
There you go.
That's better.
You don't even need us big on me anymore. You have the regular lineup of everybody.
That's true. We don't need that either. So let's remove this. There we go. Right. Since Christian is no longer even doing any of this type of moving around and
what?
Nothing. Just trying to
run a show.
Thanks, Faith.
Good Lord.
Don't forget, for those of you we're coming to the end of the show, don't forget to subscribe, youtube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Help us hit our goal of 1,500 by the end of this month and 2,000 by the end of this year. If we get to those goals sooner, I'll be very ecstatic. And again,
then you will just hear new goals from Christian. So
and you'll hear new goals from me. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we get to 100,000, just a little. When we get to 100,000.
Swear to God, Mark Robinson, I will just start messaging with laundry lists. If there's anything weirdly American you want, let me know.
Maybe be in the care package
no.
out there. And don't forget to subscribe, facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS. We are closing in on our goal at 55,000 subscribers. That is a huge and amazing audience, and we want to thank you all for all the support you've given us over the years. trying to think. What's coming? Oh, don't hold me to this, but we're still working it out. But Tim Treloar, the voice of the Third Doctor and actor, he will be returning to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS to talk about the new upcoming Big Finish episodes.
Yay!
So he will be back.
I love Tim. Tim is amazing.
Of course, we'll be doing our reviews of more Big Finish episodes as they come along out here. And as soon, do we even know the date that Jodie's coming back? I'm in September now, right? Don't we know?
I don't know.
I could have sworn that date is out. If anybody's got the date out here, put it in the comments. But yeah,
I
don't think they know.
Would know would be Faith.
Oh, Faith is watching that like a hawk.
Yeah, she's like anything 13. She's like, I know it.
Exactly.
No, she wants
some custard creams. That's the bribery. She wants some custard creams, and then she'll tell us what's going on out there.
I know
Angela?
she was. I saw her last week, and they filmed Jodie's last episode last week.
Right.
Because they posted something about it.
Mm.
That's all I know.
Okay.
Should we have an episode of how you think she's going to go? This is just a whole episode.
Not till after the season.
Yes.
We got a couple specials after, so.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it. It's like we never had an episode. I'm like, how do you think they're going to go?
Hang on.
What we asking?
Angela,
what?
Do you know the preview date? Do you know the date? Faith, do you know when the premiere is?
For 13.
Because clearly
Next
the people who run a podcast about Doctor Who don't.
I'm just bad at dates.
I'm
no, I don't even know when the date is, and they had the trailer out, and I was thinking it's going to come out there. Credit Jessica.
She's like, oh yeah,
she did.
Speaking of which, we're coming to the end of the show. Angela, is there any last minute things you want to tell our audience?
Or plug? Otherwise,
there you go. I'm going to give you the screen.
Buy the cookbook.
Oh yeah, check out my cookbook on Amazon. Thank you guys so much for sitting here and watching us. If you want to follow me on Instagram or stuff like that, it's at Angelise, which was in my name earlier, but now I don't see it on screen anymore.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to get that.
So bring it up.
Back.
No, you can find me. I post a lot on Instagram. It's not always cooking. It's a lot of cosplay. It's a lot of random stuff. It's a lot of travel. I'm a really like bubble tea, so I post a lot of bubble tea pictures.
Yes.
I really like bubble tea, like
milk tea, fruit tea.
Oh, love it all.
But if it's like a good rose tea, then I'm good. Like if it's flowery milk teas, I'm good because I love flowery teas no matter how they are.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so just that's my antics. Whenever I travel, I post a lot. I post a lot of memes in my stories. So if you want to laugh, check out my stories. Check out my books. There's a couple other books in there. I need to get a few more added to Amazon. I was part of a Star Trek fan essay thing where I did it as a cooking blog for the episode that I was covering of the animated series. So there's a lot of essay books too. I've been in a whole bunch of Doctor Who essay books about specific episodes and stuff like that too. So if you just click on my name, a lot of times it'll go to other stuff I've written in. I've written a lot of horror short stories, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I post, like I said, everything new coming out or anything new that I'm doing, I post on Instagram. So.
Okay. So follow her on Instagram, and that way you know exactly what's going on.
There you go.
I already have.
Thank you.
There you go.
I followed you too.
Oh, thanks.
And with all that,
Melanie pulls out phone.
Angela, stick around after the show so we can do a little discussion over there, but we're going to end the show now. Thank you all. Again, please stay safe out there. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our Facebook page. Don't forget to get Angela's 2 books out there. And hopefully
buy her things.
Buy her stuff, buy her things, listen to her music on the YouTube channel. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Jessica, Dave, for cooking.
Put some of that in a Ziploc bag.
Exactly. Send it down over here. And thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Angela Pritchett, for coming. We don't have to go home. We can't stay here because I'm hungry, thanks to Angela and Dave. Thank you, folks. Please stay safe. And again, we want you to stay safe because we want to see you out there on the convention circuit soon and always become part of the legend.